real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Katie Molina met the defendant when she was 18 years old, and 3 months later they got married. Katie claims cocaine became a big factor in their relationship, and after her son was born with drugs in his system, Katie lost custody of all of her children. Katie suing her estranged husband for a tax refund. Defendant Jorge Molina says he walked out on Katie after he caught her hiding a cocaine rock in her chest, and he called Child Protective Services on her after she left their child home with a known child molester. Jorge's countersuing for lost wages.
Tell me what happened.
I know, and like you've expressed how people make bad choices in relationships, and making bad choices. I have done that, and I've made a really bad choice. Me and the defendant, we met each other in 2000. I was 18 years old. We got married 3 months after we had met each other.
And what did your parents have to say about that?
Oh, a lot. My mom didn't even know about it till 3 years after we were married. She was pretty mad.
You all didn't live together?
Yes, we did.
3 months after you met, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have anything to say about that? You were only 18 and moved in with a man?
No, sir.
Okay.
And
Did she bring cookies?
No, she didn't bring no cookies. There was no cookies being brought.
Okay.
And in the process of us being married and meeting each other, I drank on occasions and I smoked marijuana on occasions. And whenever we got together, cocaine became a big factor in us being together and being married. And while we were separated for a good period of time, I had a son. Me and my son tested positive for cocaine use, and my son and my children was taken from me.
You all weren't together at that point?
No, sir.
Your relationship was turbulent. Why?
Because he was abusive, and he had hit me in front of my 2 girls, and I left.
Okay. Were you all still addicted to drugs or addicted to cocaine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What type? Crack cocaine, powder
just
cocaine?
powder cocaine.
Okay. All right. Sir, what do you want to tell me?
The first 4 years of the marriage was really great. We had our firstborn child I swore that was mine, so I took care of them. In 2005, I started noticing erratic changes in her personality, and she started missing work or not coming home straight from work. One afternoon, I gave her a hug, and when I gave her a hug, I felt a piece of rock in her chest. I pulled it out. It was a piece of cocaine, powdered cocaine. That was the day I decided to leave the household, move into the hotel down the street. I came back that afternoon to see my child, and I called Child Protective Services on my wife because my child was left alone with a child molester relative. Ooh. So at that time, they gave me custody of the one that was supposed to be my oldest.
Let me stop you. She said you were a cane head too.
Your Honor, I'm not doubting that. I did drugs in my life.
So hold on. No, I'm not talking about you did drugs in your life. My question would be, were you using cocaine in that same time frame?
No, Your Honor. That's the reason I did that, because I told her to stop.
Okay.
And she wouldn't have stopped, and she went behind my back doing this stuff.
Okay. And the children were removed?
The one child was removed, which is the oldest one, was removed, giving me custody. That I was to keep her away from her if she was on substance abuse.
What happened?
In about 2006, we started, she started getting better. She started showing it, so we moved to New Jersey. Now, Your Honor, at that time, I let her come back to our lives. We started building our life with our daughter. She got pregnant again in October with our second daughter, my biological daughter. January 7th, while I was going to school and 2 jobs, she left with all 2 children.
What year?
In 2007, January 2007. Before I even graduated school, she left with the children, bouncing from Arkansas to Georgia. I graduated from school in February, and during that time, she would call me for medication or money that she needed for the kids.
What type of school?
I was a mechanic school.
Okay.
So I send her money, Western Union, all the time for my kids. I even gave her my taxes in 2009. In 2009, I got a call from her before the kids got taken away, talking about I need to get to Georgia right away, something that she had done. Later that week, I get a call from DFACT.
What's that?
Child Protective Services, letting me know that my children are placed in custody and they've been taken away from her.
Why?
Because of a positive test of cocaine on the last child that she had.
All right. You all didn't live together?
Yes, we did.
3 months after you met, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have anything to say about that? You were only 18 and moved in with a man?
No, sir.
Okay.
And
Did she bring cookies?
Defendant Jorge Molina is legally married to the plaintiff, who claims after her son was born with cocaine in his system, they lost custody of all of their children.
Let's move to the tax refund.
Yes, sir. We filed taxes together beginning of 2012. And in the process of us filing taxes together, he stated that he was going to give me $1,500. And that's what my portion was going to be out of the taxes. I went to his job. I gave him all of my W-2s. He walked inside of his job and come back out saying that he'd filed them and everything. I never signed any paperwork, any dockets or anything. And I was asking to see papers, which I couldn't see them either. And he kept stating to me that when I was asking him about the whole process, when are we going to get the money? When's the money going to be here? And he kept telling me, well, the IRS has got a blackout, they're running behind, and kept making excuses. And he was taking a trip to Puerto Rico, and the day before, or about 2 or 3 days before he went to Puerto Rico, I had talked to him, and he said that he was going to leave his bank card at his job, and I was going to be able to pick it up from there and be able to withdraw the money from the bank card.
That's a lie, because she's not even allowed
bank,
at my job.
It was going to be set into his bank account.
Okay, and you haven't gotten it yet?
I haven't received anything.
All right, and you all are still married?
We are still married, but we are going to be divorced in a couple of weeks.
Going to be. All right. What do you want to tell me about the
Your Honor, she came to my job, it was around January 27th. She came in there with a paper telling me that she was only going to be able to get $300 for taxes, and she wanted us to file it together. I've helped her through all of my life, and I don't know why I even decided to help her that day to get out of her bind, because she told me that someone was abusing her and she needed to get out of that house, which is the gentleman that's here with her now. So I went ahead and I filed the taxes. I gave her the copies of her W-2 that she brought, her original copies, and a paper with her tax ID that she can look it up. I went to Puerto Rico on my paid vacation from my job, which I left, and on the 28th, it was supposed to be deposited into my account, the money from the taxes. Come to realize I get 2 letters from the IRS saying that we owe money. So I called the IRS, of course, and it was for 2010. So they took all our taxes for this year, and the balance that is owed, I have to pay, which I have paid it, Your Honor.
Okay. Your counterclaim for $1,400 for lost wages.
Yes, Your Honor.
How so?
It's been 2 times that I went to court back in Georgia.
Regarding what?
The same case that we're coming here for today. The first time it was continued because she didn't show up. I waited all day in court. She never showed up. Second time she showed up, she didn't have any evidence, so they dismissed it again and continued it.
And you're referring to a case where she was suing you?
Yes.
Ma'am, did you fail to show up on one court case?
No, sir, I didn't. I didn't even know that there was actually a court date. And I had wrote the judge.
Hold on. Hold on, ma'am. Did you ever find out later there was a court date?
Whenever the day that I went up there to ask them in the courthouse when they was going to actually set the court date up, they said that the court date was the day before. I never received any paper in the mail.
You had never gotten notice regarding your lawsuit?
No, I never got any notice because he went.
When you did have the hearing, what happened?
He wound up, like I went Monday and just got the papers because the judge asked me if I had anything to do with the income tax.
You didn't have any evidence
in
that
no.
sense?
Because I didn't see anything or get anything, but now I have it.
All right. I'm going to accept that. The problem you both have is that you're still married.
Yes,
and
sir.
as you've just said, your divorce is pending.
Yes,
so I can't interfere with the process that's already in motion with another court of jurisdiction. Secondly, anything that was accumulated after the marriage, both debt and assets, are joint. So there you have it. If you all owe money right now, you owe it together. If you're getting refunds right now, you should have gotten them jointly. So that's for the next judge to determine. No judgment, either of you. And you must go back to your family court and resolve it through divorce. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Time to take it to divorce court. So.
I'm just glad. I hope that this is over. I'm tired of 11 years of bad marriage. I just want this to be over.